early enough.
Yeah, and past that, they have absolutely nothing to deal damage against BKBs. Lifestealer has a built-in BKB. I'm sure Beastmaster is going to buy one at some point. And it's like, well, which core are we actually going to target? You need to run away with this game if you're Gambit. Like 3 tier 1s before VP even sniff.
They can snowball it though. They have a ton of healing.
All right, well, I'm glad BSJ said something about that because Kyle seems incredibly pessimistic. So, Kyle, I'm going to send you off to the casting desk, and Brian and I are going to sit down and talk a little bit more about how does AS MONACO GAMBIT actually win this game. Snowball, right? It's
hitting that critical threshold, right? Yeah. Where you have the IO getting Pugna sucked while you're trying to commit onto him, and or whoever else you try to commit onto gets saved by the IO. They have that buddy syndrome where if they can stay together with 2 or 3 heroes on the map and feel good about it, they can definitely run them over that way.
All right, let's get this ball rolling early, and let's get this cast going as well, as we're going to send it over to Owen and Kyle.
Thank you very much, Cap. Yes, indeed. Getting ready to go with this one. An exciting best of 3 coming up here between VP and AS MONACO GAMBIT. Kyle, we've already heard some of your thoughts on the panel. I mean, just get into some of the action now. And sort of some queries that I had. You know, looking at this pick from ASM MONACO GAMBIT going for the core IO, I thought we weren't going to see this. I thought this hero was kind of done after the patch. Is that the case, or are we going to see AS MONACO GAMBIT show us that it can still work despite the nerfs?
I mean, it's a pretty significant nerf, right? The damage went from 10, 20, 30, 40 to, you know, up by 5, maxing out at 25. That is significant. That's a lot of damage missing. I've still seen it picked quite a bit, but I'm not really a believer, but I've been wrong many times before. We shall see. I'm just looking at the VP draft and thinking, yeah, this is damn good. And I think if you look across Dota history, this kind of draft's always been good. Like, this is Lion ET. We've seen this how long? Beastmaster Lifestealer.
Oh, Dream. We're stepping up for this. Oh, he's going to be able to tether across in time, and that will save him. Immersion in position on the high ground to give him a safe target to head over towards. But no, for sure, I do have to agree. This definitely looks like it could be a tough one for AS MONACO GAMBIT. And no one's got a lot to prove with that. The last pick, Pugna, a pick into, against some heroes that are able to deal with the Pugna. You're going to have people setting up, getting in the face of him, the Roar, the jump from the Lion. And, you know, Decrepify is not necessarily going to save targets. Sure, it's going to stop the Lifestealer beating down on them, but lots of magical damage the VP have to still work through. Potential Decrepify saves that no one would normally want to look for when he's playing Pugna.
Yeah, indeed. It's a tough. I want to see no one just do incredibly well in this lane. But it's just so hard against Beastmaster. How do you really zone him out? He's going for the bottle and Soul Ring build.
He's already down.
There's a good start.
Well, how's that start things here? Getting the first blood. See if they could get Save as well. Save. Managed to stop the regen there from Dream, but first blood with the tri-lane setup.
Wow. Oh yeah, they just started with SoNNeikO and trees, and then he TP's back up top. That's a really cool move. I dig it. But it sucks as DM to skill Q, trying to get the first blood on Wisp. It's really weird laning without the ability to trade right clicks effectively. No poison sting. Can't push the lane too well either.
We'll see how much pressure he can put on to Dream Zayat in this laning setup. And as it is, Nightfall getting very good CS on the first few waves, whereas down bottom Dream have a little bit of a slower start. Going to deal with the pressure here from the two of them as DM hits the level 2. And will manage to step up that ability to push back Dream Zayat. So fighting to the supports. Top, Kingslayer and SoNNeikO just keeping one another busy away from the lane. Any sort of pressure like this is going to make the Nightfall's Lifestealer pretty happy. So he's not going to struggle too much landing against AfterLife alone. Mid lane, no one. He's doing as you wanted to see him do. So far, crushing the matchup. 14 for 3 against the 8 for 1.
And Pugna, he got a bunch of early denies, which was very helpful. And Pugna, probably one of the best heroes with the new changes to bottle. You almost all you get every Archer CS. Let's be real. Like, you just spam nukes, fully get a bottle, you push the wave, you get the water rune, you get the bounty runes. Just a really nice hero on the patch. We saw it. I've seen Thompson played a bunch in pubs recently. We saw it yesterday, played by Adxantic in a couple of games.
Yeah, had a great time. One of those games we ended like 10-0-12 on the mid Pugna. So a hero that we have seen have some ridiculous performances here on this patch.
Yep. And that's the way that Gambit would win this game. You can get ahead early. I'm pessimistic about their lack of ability to deal with magic immunity, but you look at this VP lineup, they need a lot of time to come online. They need items. Lifestealer doesn't really have any anti-push, and this combination, very strong.
See them try and get aggressive here onto Kingslayer. Quite enough to take him down though. Nightfall, able to come in and AfterLife, a bit of a punch on the way out bottom lane. Seeing a second kill here for AS MONACO GAMBIT, 2 times down this bottom. And they have managed to get Dream involved in some very early action.
I'm really shocked that Save went for no points in hacks. One of the better 1-point abilities. 2.5 seconds of CC. Someone cancels out the tag team.
So they go for DM here. I've got him trapped in the shards. And DM, he's looking pretty dead. Save tries to help out with a stun, but this bottom lane, it is crumbling completely here for VP. Already losing 3 heroes down here in the first 4 minutes of play.
Yeah. I think they had a misunderstanding how this lane would be played. You go the mana drain because the idea is you're going to just play the attrition game. Well, Io Tusk is a great counter in that sense because they, as you can see, just go for kills. That's how they're going to play this lane. And VP, they don't have the time to whittle away at the health pools enough. And now that they've died a couple of times, it gets even harder. Yeah, sure, Wisp is low, but Tusk goes to base. He'll bring him regen, or rather, no, just bring it on the courier. That is a very fast Helmet Iron Will.
Yeah, that is. Oh, hell yeah. Once he's got that out, yeah, that plus 5 HP regen should keep him in a state that it's just going to be very hard to ever sort of bring him down with his damage over time. As did get a nice little buff in that last patch. An additional point of armor on the Helm of Iron Will. So very tanky Iron now. Has played it, but I still have to play very careful down it despite the kills, as we see. Not farming anywhere near to the same rate that Nightfall is up top. Nightfall 32 and 15 on that safe lane lifesteal in comparison to the 15 and 7 that Dream's getting out of bottom.
There's a downside. I mean, top lane tanking, you just can't do anything against the lifesteal. Do they have a sentry? Yeah, they do. Will they catch? Yes, they will. Even further ahead he goes, and this is going to be the big problem. We've talked about Armlet, another hero or item rather that was changed, buffed significantly in my view, which is
bottom lane. Another, it just doesn't stop down here. This lane, the kills just keep rolling in for AS MONACO GAMBIT. I mean, what do you do about this bottom lane issue, VP? There's got to be a point where you're just dying too much down here.
They're slowing down the CS at least, but I do agree they can be a bit more conservative. But at the end of the day, that's what Io Tusk does, right? You tether the overcharge, so much lockdown, and then the double attacks with the tag team. But Lifestealer, yeah. Oh, he's going for the Maelstrom, not the Armlet build. I take that back. I'm shocked. You almost always see the Armlet nowadays. It's just so good. Only 40 health drain instead of 50. Huge timing spike.
What does that sort of say to you? Is that you're getting this Maelstrom, so you got a bit of extra punch in the fight, so you sort of just speed up your farming. Save.
What? No. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. It's not a bad item by any means. It certainly increases your farming speed.
Sure.
When I think of Lifestealer's ideal itemization nowadays, I just don't think Maelstrom is in the kit. If you're gonna go that route, I would rather him. If you're trying to accelerate, I would rather see a Midas even. If you want to go that route, there's no illusions to clear. The magic damage is cool, I guess. Someone gets defensive decrypt, and then all of a sudden there's a Maelstrom proc. That's cool. Tusk behind. Hello.
So just chilling next to Save there. The two of them holding hands on the top of the stairs. They will back off from one another.
Afterlife. Thought he might be sent to the afterlife, but instead he'll just go run in a quick circle.
Not too much that Kingslayer can do about him making this play. As he'll hold the creep wave. And
no.
He wants that to go. Oh, he's losing a couple of creeps. I'll stepping past him, but he'll manage to get the majority of the wave. Middle lane. Now looking to use that strength that he built up in the bottom lane elsewhere, Immersion. The good levels, he heads towards the mid, but the counterplay is going to be there from VP. Roars out, they turn towards no one, they even bring in Nightfall as well to take down no one and take down Immersion as well, as VP and not letting an AS MONACO GAMBIT get away with that move around the mid.
That was so well set up. Excellent stomp combination. That's the hard part about playing heroes like SK Pugna. They're really relying on channeling spells, Pugna specifically, and if you want that kill, they had to commit where they were. Great stomp, immediate roar actually pushes away the Tusk with the ink swell on him, so there was no stun, and then a double TP and boom, 2 kills. That's great. Great turnaround.
They're going to look to come straight back and look for some more action, despite the fact that they failed the first time round. This time it's a little easier. Kingslayer caught in the river. Like a lot of magical damage there between the 3 of them.
Yeah, we forgot as well. This is the OG specials, right? The Grimstroke Pugna. This is a pretty damn good combination. If you throw out the silence and their decrypt, there's no way you can attack it to kill the Phantom off of yourself. And later on in the game, double decrypt, double life drain. It's a lot of damage. Double Dagon. Probably the best part.
VP will still make sure not to lose this tier 1 tower quite yet. Despite, no one's best efforts to really pressure it with the blast. VP coming in to push back the wave each and every time so they can hold on to it as long as possible. Some lovely stacks here. Waiting to be cleaned up. Top lane saved. Quite able to get the catch there onto AfterLife. AfterLife still has a Burrow Strike and a TP available. Got to be careful about a potential stomp. He's going to go for the TP out with a stomp. It's there just in time. Kingslayer is able to put a stop to his escape. Save again, not quite having the reach to grab him with the stun. He's got another Burrow Strike up to AfterLife, so he can continue to make them work for it. But actually, he holds on a little. Okay, he was waiting until he was in range of the cliff. Either way, probably dead. And indeed, he does go down. Nightfall gets the kill. Back over in the mid lane. Whilst that's all going on up top, a bit of a distraction. ASM MONACO GAMBIT will manage to push down the tower and take down GPK as well.
I'll quote one of my favorite players, Moon Meander. Sometimes as an offlaner, you gotta know you've gotta die. And that bad players playing offlane don't die. You gotta accept death. That was well done by AfterLife. He makes that whole move happen. 3 heroes distracted by him, a bunch of missed spells. In the meantime, that means his allies can not just get the enemy mid hero that's also playing for a huge time in the Ags, but they kill the tower.
Yeah, big objectives here taken by MONACO GAMBIT. Keeping their half the map pretty, very safe. All of their tier 1s still up right now. As VP not quite in a position to start to get aggressive or to push themselves. As Nightfall step over here, but the silence comboed with the decrypt. There's no counter play. There's no counter there as they take him down. Moving in 4 more with life drain onto Kingslayer. Dream is going to join as well as he relocates over. They take down Save. We're going to see the turn here from GPK as he has to use the Roar to hold back no one. But he's got to keep running GPK. They may still catch him. They've got the Decrepify. And we'll see Dream, of course, have to return as the relocate comes to an end. VP trying to see if they can punish MONACO GAMBIT for this. They've got the stomp set up onto no one, but they're all relatively low here, the 3 of them, so they're a little scared about how close they step. In fact, GPK, he ends up coming too close. The shot's not quite going to touch him, though, so GPK will live. Immersion slowed down by the poison sting of the Plague Wards. And he'll look for the, maybe, there's a little juke. Oh my God. He's actually going to get away. He's actually not going to be caught here. Kingslayer's not able to find him, and Immersion's able to make it back safely. Bounty rune as well on the way out.
That was a little sci-fi B-movie juke out there, Runs into the closed room, say, oh, the attic.
But we're staying here, this exact combo, as you said, that teams like OG are picking this duo for, and it ruins heroes. Normally a lifestealer would feel that he's going to have the ability to get out most of these situations, but as soon as that bug's on top of him, he's not got a rage and unlikely to really have the items to ever deal with the Phantom's Embrace. So this combo, unless he's got someone around him to remove it, it's going to kill him every time.
It's a little deceiving too. I believe the silence used to affect you as it got on top of you, whereas now, at the moment it's cast, you're silenced. And the Pugna damage output is just nuts. With the decrypt assistance. Another reason.
That's not true. Did they buff that? Is that how they buffed it?
I'm like 97% sure.
There's no way the Phantoms. Is it an instant silence? Surely still with the bug against you. We'll see. Anyway, hit the fight down bottom. Gonna get no one turned upon. Big ult coming out from DM as he's trying to turn SoNNeikO. Will fall down surely as Nightfall's running at them. There's 2 down. Nightfall seeing if he can get a further cleanup as the big ult that was out there from DM has caused them all to have to scatter on MONACO GAMBIT, and has found the setup for them to get kills this time around. As VP, they'll take down 3, maybe even 4, as they're running into the jungle to try and find Immersion, hiding in the trees. Kingslayer and Nightfall, they'll surround him. He's got a snowball. It's only going to buy him a little bit of time, though, as soon as it comes to an end, Nightfall claims another. VP strike back hard.
I needed that fight. This time they actually get on top of these squishy backliners, and you might be right, Owen. They might have changed it the other way around, but then I would question, how did Nightfall get silenced in the first place?
Well, he was, yeah, because he was right next to him, SoNNeikO. But as you said, as a lifesteal, if you're getting that close to a Grimstroke, you got to be ready for that bug to come out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Another reason I would have preferred to see the armlet, though, because he only dies there because he's Dick and Maelstrom. You know, there's no bracers, there's no actual stat gain. Now he's got the belt of strength. He'll be going Sanj, but just, yeah, I mean, it helps with stacks, as we'll see him take one here. We're quite curious. He will scale. Still a relatively even game. Big timing is, of course, going to be that Beastmaster Ags. We've seen that do some pretty nasty work over the short time it's been available in the game.
And are you sort of a believer in the build enough for it to have the priority of being played from the mid lane rather than the off lane? You feel that it's strong enough to get that position too, to do it?
It remains to be seen. I'm having a tough time. It reminds me of the, I guess Alchemist is a bad comparison, but it's similar when people started pooling Ags. And you're like, okay, is this really that good? Sometimes it looks terrible, sometimes it looks unfair. It's really all about the timing you get it and how these fights will go. I will say against this lineup, you know, they're gonna have to deal with your Lifestealer and your Venomancer. So theoretically, if DM can just pose a distraction, then 10 seconds of axe throwing is all you might need just to win a team fight with ease. Fairy's Trinket is quite nice as well, a little bit of spell damage. Mana cost reduction.
From top lane, Save. Trying to push this lane out on his own. Easy setup there for AfterLife for the TPs to come in and get the kill. Back over to mid, SoNNeikO. Get taken out. Both teams having supports a little too far forward.
An interesting point as well. It's not super effective in this game, but I've been following some stats. I think Knoxville's been posting. His whole theory is that after a new patch, if you look at ability draft win rates based on abilities picked, you can learn a little bit about what is and is not broken.
And what's hot?
Well, 4th place.
Yeah.
How did you know, JJ? Yeah. 4th place right now in win rate percentages is Netherward.
Over another jump, and they might be able to catch more out of this. We'll see Nightfall already heading away. He's out of this after the map. Immediately heads straight towards the top. As Nightfall continues to keep on par with Dream's farm, both carries very even with the progress so far. As we'll have to see. So far, Dream having a brilliant game. 4-0-3 on the carry IO. So far, it seems like that the nerfs haven't held him back. Still having just as good of a game as the carry IO.
Yep. As an axe too. Now this is where things get spooky. Really tough for you to play a Blink Sand King against a Venomancer. It's why we see VIRTUS.PRO last pick it. You want to be this Blink initiator with the Grimstroke Inkswell, but if a ward's up, specifically placed on a high ground, you get clicked. Suddenly that whole combination is kaput. And there's no real catch outside of that unless they want to blow a snowball to bring somebody forwards.
And go straight away around the mid. As MONACO GAMBIT looking to continue to keep the pressure on Immersion. If he finds a chance to initiate, but VP, they're playing it cautious. Aghanim's now done on GPK, so he'll have that ramping up damage ready to go in the fight on 0 cooldown.
IO's done as well. Could be our first big clash. I think the spell damage, again, still very much in the favor of MONACO GAMBIT. They are so strong, feeling themselves. Their abilities, plenty of damage to take down effectively any core. And VIRTUS.PRO need a bit more time to come online, I would say.
It's the jump. Fine save. They're going to look to start things onto the line, but immediately Nightfall's going to jump out, and they're going to head straight over towards the Pugna. The finger comes out. They burst no one immediately at the start of the action, as MONACO GAMBIT will manage to take down 2, but they'll lose 2 more themselves. Both supports and no one out of the game. No one actually buying back, using that buyback, but not actually able to really get back in it. So a buyback that the VP are able to retreat and make sure they don't lose anyone else to that Pugna buyback in the fight.
The bright side, it was a pretty cheap buyback, but I am shocked that he used it. Whoa.
Maybe they can still find something though. It's AfterLife. He's going to get the lead in. Kingslayer, though, he's found the stop. Nightfall, he's looking for a target, but he doesn't want to commit in. With Dream coming back over, keeping no one healed up. Won't push any further. DM's going to get back in the game. He's ready to head in. AfterLife will still find the catch. He's able to close in, and VP.Kingslayer gets the jump.
I'm really shocked they gave that to him. I mean, with the buyback, you got to figure they're going to keep hunting you. VIRTUS.PRO, you're at the mercy of your big cooldowns. Finger, Roar, Earth Splitter, Venom ulti. They're all on cooldown. Yeah, thank you, JJ. And they even use the infest. Like, literally all ults down. You know, you don't have that problem as this Radiant side.
No,
you're ready to go. Sand King stun, decrep, blast, drain. That's going to be a hero kill. You got to be cautious. That Netherward also doing some serious work. Poor save with that stun finger combo. Basically killed himself.
I'll see what the move is here. Is MONACO GAMBIT. I have to be a little careful with no one's positioning with his buyback expended. Of course, Roshan would be nice, but not really the best lineup for taking it. They've got to focus on getting those kills. VP, they're already also ready for some action. Smoke comes out. GPK cleaning out the mid. See if Save can find that blink jump. Of course, the big catch will be No One. If they can kill No One's Pugna, this is going to heavily slow down his game.
Hunting, they are. This is going to be easier said than done. Oh,
they're going to see if they can jump Dream. They got the damage to take him out. No One's trying to keep him protected with the Decrepifying, the life drain. He's healing Dream up. Nightfall's still going to charge in, but Dream's able to tether over towards No One, and the rest of MONACO GAMBIT are making their way over.
Here they come.
Immersion. I'm going to catch him with a shot jump forward from AfterLife. The spot buff as well. They'll go straight in onto Nightfall. Can they bring down the life steal in time? He's getting low. The Phantom's embraced on him. He's trying to take it off. He will manage to do so. As Nightfall will live. A turn taken down the two of them. Stays ready to jump back in onto No One. No One drops down the Netherward. Dream will manage to take No One out there.
Oh, they got to buy back. They got to get back here. Yeah, they're going to look to fight. You don't want to ditch your IO carry.
There's 4 heroes of VP surrounding and ready and waiting for Dream to return. See if they're going to help him out here. Dream's going to get caught out by the stomp. No One trying to keep him alive with the defensive to fight, but the burst comes out for the finger. Dream getting low. He'll turn over towards GPK, but he can't quite finish the Beastmaster off. The heal does continue to keep Dream alive, but the axe is damaged. Dream's got to be careful. Another axe is going to do it there as GPK finds the snipe, takes down the carry IO.
Man, GPK wasn't there, but back at TI8 in Vancouver, we did axe throwing at the pre-event party.
We did.
A few of the players were quite good. Apparently GPK, you know, were he in the scene, might have been in that final round.
That's a good job we weren't there. He'd be hitting us all. GPK. I saw the damage done that last fight as well. Over 4K damage there done by GPK's Beastmaster. Getting the angles and getting the opportunities to just continue to layer those axes out of them.
Yeah, it's still anybody's game, but you can see a big part of this game is No One. I mean, he played that fight near flawlessly and still wasn't enough.
On mid, they're able to get the opening here. Nice jump from AfterLife into the Phantom's embrace. Can they keep him chain stun? They can with the X1 and the punch up. They bring him down as Nightfall pushing forward incredibly aggressively. He felt invincible. He wasn't.
No, not at all. He's got to be way more cautious. Cannot afford to be playing so loose. Might even set up for the Roche, but with ET checking the pit, it's going to be tough.
They're going to smoke and look for another kill whilst Nightfall's down. See if MONACO GAMBIT can get the jump. They found GPK. Chance out as well. He's trapping him in. There's no escape for GPK as MONACO GAMBIT gets straight on top of the Beastmaster and take down the mid. 2 cores down on VP.
It's getting right over, Owen. You got to play more cautious. We talked about it. VP, you've got late game, you've got team fight. You need those BKBs. Well, no one to go give it. They just want this.
And now they're going to keep on it. VP's trying to step up with just the 3 of them. But there's MONACO GAMBIT. They've still got the full lineup alive. AfterLife doing the burst strike onto the 2 of them. Oh, what are VP doing, Kyle? I mean, the 3 of them were starting to walk towards the jungle as if they had a score to settle, but they had no fight in them. There was the 3 of them against 5 of MONACO GAMBIT, and MONACO GAMBIT, they did have the high ground.
This Roche isn't even like that huge of a deal. There's no shard. It's the first one. Yeah, it's tough, but you're in no shape to fight. It's just really curious what they're doing. They have to respect the Sand King factor. If you're going to make this sort of movement, DM has got to set up in advance, prevent the blink daggers, wards on the high ground, prevent this sort of jump initiation. Double blink daggers mean that MONACO GAMBIT, they can close those gaps so easily.
That's huge stuff.
Giving away the Roche.
From the Radiant side.
The Roche was going to die no matter what. But now you've given away 6 kills. Now you're going to fight again? Who are very ambitious. DD on the Wisp. They've got to get the Pugna to start the fight for this to work.
See if they can find no one.
Ward's already down. Save. Oh, God.
He's going in very deep here. Did they have vision around it? I don't think they did. Saves down. They will manage to kill AfterLife. But Dream comes in with a heal. Actually, doesn't matter. GPK is able to find Immersion with the Axis. So it does work out. A risky play. This time works out for VP. They get the 2 kills. Only losing Save for that effort.
I mean, poor Save, man. He's like, as soon as the Pugna ward goes down, by blinking forwards, like, that's a brave soul. He knows he's dead. Because realistically, he's going to cast his spells. He's going to die, but he's the delivery system, you know? He's working on behalf of the alien, the life stealer inside of him that bursts out. Takes out 2 heroes. But man, we'll see. VP, they're closing in on the BKBs. It's still really anybody's game. It's been quite entertaining. Was it 24-17? 24 minutes in?
2K lead still at the moment for AS MONACO GAMBIT.
GPK just finished his BKB, though. That's huge. He can actually enter fights now, run at no one's Pugna, potentially roar him, try and take him down. Surprised no one hasn't picked up a Dagon yet with all the burst damage potential. He went for the Rush Doctorine. The blink makes sense. Aeon Disc is next choice. Scotty for Nightfall. This is really nice. One of the best tools at limiting healing. And when you're playing against a Wisp Pugna, it's necessary because otherwise that hero's just going to get double healed. And we've seen it in those mid-game engagements. You're just not able to take them down.
VP try their luck at taking down the tier 1 tower. Of course, we're here at 24 minutes in, and VP are yet to be able to take any objective from AS MONACO GAMBIT.
Radiant's bottom tower.
See this one go though. Is AS MONACO GAMBIT no interest in trying to protect this tier 1. Next fight round, Dream's got a full BKB. So again, the IO carry continue to perform here on AS MONACO GAMBIT. First picked again, I believe, right in the draft, and it's still looking as good as ever from Dream.
That's what we call the debate right there. It's how they drew it up. Kill the lion. We'll spam all of our spells on his corpse. It's certainly going to work. And you can see Save, that's the smile of a man who knows. The job well done.
Yeah, and it better be. Two intimidating looking guys standing behind him like, you better not mess this up, boys.
Under attack.
Here we go, down mid. Onto the tier 1's VP. See what AS MONACO GAMBIT can do to stop this. Looks like they're going to let it go. Dream's looking for some sort of angle from the side, but I'll let VP take these towers. And it's allowing Nightfall to really keep on back on track with Dream. Nightfall's farm still in a fantastic position. All things said and done, the gap between the teams very, very minimal. Mid's pretty much in the same spot. Carries as well. Even the offlane, just a very slight difference. It is close, and as you said, when you were coming into this game from the draft, you were still concerned about AS MONACO's GAMBIT's ability to take this late against VP's lineup. Closing the game.
Yeah. Although I may just be continuing to underestimate Carry Wisp. You know, Sanj Kaya up likely a heart next. You know, maybe that's enough.
Sure. Maybe it could be unkillable.
The true carry, right? But it doesn't get easier. Lifestealer will continue to get strong. He is doing percent-based damage on a max HP-based percent damage with every attack. Age is up for another 2 minutes. Is that 50 seconds?
Yeah,
Man,
final minute now.
I need glasses. Program's only like 10 feet away.
Making the most of it here. They'll take the tower.
Mass TP's bot.
Instantly out this area. Nightfall, he's not going to take his chances anymore. He knows that they can kill him. They find that jump. Lovely little find here, the Paladins. Be able to amp up that lifesteal, and now with a full Skadi. Nightfall with all the tools to get in. The decrepified targets are still going to be a little bit of an issue for him at the moment, but if he can work around that.
Comes the fight. They know Aegis is fading.
Dream's going to start the... Oh, AfterLife, he's up on the cliff. And As a burst strike a little bit off the mark there. Instead, things still work out as they get it onto DM. They bring down the Venom. Over to the side, though, Nightfall and Save, they found themselves on top of the Pugna. They're trying their best to burst him down. They won't be able to do so here with the Earth Split. As they take him out, Raw comes out from GPK onto Dream. Nightfall's able to continue to go to work, beating down the IO. As this time round, that the strengths are shown there between GPK and Nightfall. This Lifestealer Beastmaster just a little too overwhelming for AS MONACO GAMBIT in the chaos of a 5v5.
Oh yeah, a huge Earth Splitter coming out as well from Kingslayer. I mean, that was so much damage. He was also standing in melee range of the Pugna, so removing effectively all of his armor because, you know, no itemization defensively just yet. He has, you know, just base armor, a Blink, an Octarine, half an Aether Lens, but that's, or Aeon Disc rather, but that's not enough to keep you alive. Gets basically 3-shot by that Lifestealer, and suddenly VP have blown this game wide open. Exactly what we were concerned about.
Yeah, because it is definitely the case of, you know, if you lose that lead as AS MONACO GAMBIT this game, getting it back is going to be so tough with the heroes that you have.
Yep.
That this Lifestealer is going to be a huge problem. Nullifier next on the list for Nightfall. Once he's got that done, there's very little that they can do to stop him taking down whoever he focuses during a rage.
Yep. And it's not just that it's a Lifestealer, right? It's the fact that you also have ET Aura and Beastmaster Aura to deal with. So incredible tools at maximizing your physical damage capabilities. I'm gonna grab some vision. And the delivery as well. Blink Lion, like this is the dream. 10 seconds on finger, they might want to wait for it. Oh, that, or just a better target. Oh, no.
Oh, they're going to get the roar off onto Dream. Nightfall is going to go for the easy kill first. Takes down the touch, now he's going to head straight towards Dream. Dream's able to get the BKB off and ease away. The Soulbind holding back the two of them. There's Dream. Maybe thinking about getting back in on this, but they are a man down with Immersion on the side lanes. Sidelines, so they won't be able to get back in. VP, get the kill, they get out. Can look for some of these easier objectives. Tier 1 tower still for the taking up top.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And now all the towers that VP were not able to take suddenly start to fall like dominoes. And yeah, that gold gap was getting a little spooky. The VP fans in chat, but now you've collected the tier 2 bot after the tier 1. Now you're getting more towers, probably just walk down the tier 2, and suddenly you're at a point where that strong initiation, much like you saw in the Liquid vs Alliance series yesterday, Grimstroke Sand King is great when you're able to kill people off that combination. You can't do that anymore. So now it's suddenly very odd, and the more time you give VP, the more Venom wards go down, the harder it is to blink in. You're so reliant on them as well. 3 blinks on the team already.
There's the jump after life. Somebody getting, can they burst down? Nightfall, they're trying the best. They've got the silence onto him. Raw comes out for GPK, though. They look to start to set up the turnaround as they won't be able to kill off the Lifestealer. Nightfall's able to survive long enough to get that rage off. And now VP, they turn towards the two of them. Soulbind will cause them to hold back for now, but I say that, they're straight back in. The jump's there from Save, delivering Nightfall straight to the front lines as there's 4 dead on AS MONACO GAMBIT. Another fight just looking impossible at this stage. They're trying to make the same moves that they were getting away with earlier, getting in on top of the Lifestealer, but at this point, Nightfall, he's got the farm, he's got the items, they can't quite burst him, and if they don't take him down with that jump, the lineup from VP, it will turn and it will kill them all. It's looking to dive now towards the tier 4. A buyback comes out from AfterLife, but he can't protect Dream as the IO falls. AfterLife looking to have a dieback situation here as he indeed will go down a second time. VP, they'll take the fight, they'll take the tier 3, they'll take the Rex, and at this, with this sort of momentum, they're probably going to be taking the game soon as a turnaround looks very difficult for AS MONACO GAMBIT now.
Oh yeah, you could do that when the Lifestealer at 1200 health maybe 20 minutes ago, but that's status resist from the Sanj, 3.5 HP as you can see on your screen. They got him close, but as you said, you don't kill Lifestealer, well, that's it, folks. Your entire combination is gone. You have no spells left, and suddenly VP's turnaround, the double Lion Stun save has been on point, died a bunch, but pretty much been his job. And any Terror, you can see with the BKB, GPK, he's running into the fray. He doesn't care about the Sandstorm, the Epi, the Pugna Blast, what have you. He's there. Tons of damage.
Immersion. Trying to get in on this. He's got to be careful. I mean, Nightfall's just going to charge him down now with the Nullifier. We'll respect the Soulbind again, making sure that there's not a chance for AS MONACO GAMBIT to set up some sort of combo onto the two of them. I respect the buybacks coming in as well. The respawns coming in. As they'll back off for now, VP.
Roche is just about to spawn, so no panic. Yep, they're going to walk straight into the pit. The bird providing vision. Don't think you're really able to contest this as AS MONACO GAMBIT, but they can try. It's probably worth a try.
I mean, as we've seen that they're struggling to take a fight, in which, you know, killing the life stealer once seems impossible. If he's going to have 2 lives, it's going to be very hard. I believe also Nightfall did grab himself the tome, so the tome, the Roche XP is going to push him relatively close towards that level 25.
Yeah, they even give it to him. Nice. Oh, he gets the shard too. Open wounds, it's back.
It's back. That combo with the nullifier, you're going to struggle to run from this man. Save on the hunt once again, leading the charge, ready to deliver Nightfall straight into the action.
Smoke right into the base. Love this move. So hard to predict it. They're playing safe, but somebody's gonna have to push this wave eventually.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's very hard, yeah, for MONACO GAMBIT to show their face. They give VP enough information for Save to find that jump. The fight's, it's going to be over as quickly as it starts.
Yep, they popped the A on disc on the Pugna though, and without any real hard save outside of the snowball, means he's for sure going to be this target.
What do you do with this Aegis Lifestealer slowly taking down your buildings? So who's going to make that jump occur? And again, AfterLife tries to come in with a power strike, but immediately the rage is out. They're just going to turn and take down AfterLife as he's gone for 70. Buyback still on cooldown after the last attempted defense there from AS MONACO GAMBIT. Now GPK's in with the BKB, the Roar, straight on a Noah, finger as well. No one goes down, and buyback immediately, but they've lost Immersion. He'll also have the buyback. 2 buybacks coming out from AS MONACO GAMBIT, but VP, they've taken the tier 3. Nightfall with the rage, he turns straight over towards Dream. Immersion comes in with the punch to hold him back. Dream still very tanky here, but Nightfall's continuing to go for it. Turns towards Immersion, but they will manage to bring him down the once in. Nightfall losing the Aegis underneath the tier 4s. Should be able to get back. The rage is back up. And in fact, he's going to look to use it again, just straight back in onto Immersion. And that's Immersion gone for good. That's a dieback for the Tusk. Dream, he's suffering to deal with this amount of damage coming out now from VP as they can bring down even the tankiest of IOs here.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
It's too easy. Anyone they go for just pops immediately.
Yeah, straight in onto no one. Now just doing nothing now against the nullifier.
That's such a short cooldown. Nullifier just effectively set up 4 kills. Got rid of the Sand King Yules, gets rid of the D-Crep. Can't BKB as the Wisp in time, and the ET Spirit also paying huge dividends. DM, or rather GPK, and the Lion just way in the back, but dealing near pure damage with their magic abilities.
Yeah, and just the initiations every
over.
time
Oh
for
my God.
Dream and GPK. GPK and Save, sorry, have been perfect. Every single time catching them, and there we go. I mean, VP, this game won. A slow start, but at the end of the day, just part of the plan, right? You know, AS MONACO GAMBIT, they had a pretty hot showing at the beginning. They were getting these kills in the lane.